Every one of us has encountered unforeseen financial problems, whether it was due to a car accident or an unexpected medical cost. These unforeseen costs, no matter how big or small, frequently seem to come at the worst moments. That is why we will discuss the ancient wisdom on emergency funds, the history and secrets of the wealthiest in this video today. To start with, the timing of an emergency is rarely predictable, but we can be sure that an unexpected financial setback will eventually occur. Saving money for a rainy day can be beneficial in many ways because, and believe us,
there are good times and bad times.
An emergency fund saving is a cash reserve set aside expressly for unforeseen costs or financial emergencies. A few typical examples of emergency fund savings can be used for car repairs, home repairs, and medical expenses. Generally speaking, you can utilize your emergency funds to pay large or small unanticipated expenses or payments that are not a part of your regular monthly expenses and spending. If you're asking yourself this question, why do I need an emergency fund?
Then know this.
Without emergency fund savings, even a small financial shock could be detrimental, and if it results in debt, it might have long-term effects. The COVID-19 pandemic highlighted how crucial it is to have money saved up in case of job loss or dismissal, as well as a protracted illness that keeps you from working. According to the 2021 Federal Reserve research on household well-being, 36% of Americans claim they wouldn't be able to pay $400 in cash for an emergency. Also, according to research, people who have trouble recovering from a financial shock have fewer savings to help them prepare for a potential emergency. They mostly rely on loans or credit cards, resulting in debt that is typically more difficult to pay off. To pay for these expenses, they might also use other savings, such as retirement accounts. Now that we've discussed why you need an emergency fund, we will soon give you tips on an emergency fund account and how to gradually save and build one. But before that, here's a tip for you. Subscribe to this channel if you already haven't. Subscribe to get access to all our new content each time we upload a new video. Moving on, if you want the ancient wisdom of the wealthy, then calculate your expenses. And don't be a spendthrift. The first stage in setting an emergency fund savings is to budget. Rent, food, utilities, gas, insurance, and auto payments cannot be ignored. They must be factored into your monthly expense calculation. You can eliminate money spent on luxury travel or other luxuries. Experts advise keeping at least 3 to 6 months' expenses in an emergency fund savings. Single-income households are advised to maintain 6 months' worth of spending completely safe in a money market or savings account. For example, if your monthly costs are $500, you should set aside $3,000 for emergency fund savings. Dual-income households may decide to save for 3 months if their earnings are consistent and invest any extra funds in low-risk assets that outperform the inflation rate. Since you know how much to budget for an emergency fund, you should also know where to put your emergency fund, since you obviously can't keep it under your bed. Furthermore, because of a variety of factors, such as high urban living costs, poor wages in rural areas, a lack of job security, and a failure to develop a sound financial plan, so few Americans have sufficient emergency funds. Although consumers have little control over the state of the economy, they can wisely manage their spending and savings. Planning your spending allows you to develop a disciplined, realistic savings plan. The most crucial thing is to begin, even if you have to start a little. For instance, if you cut your expenditure by $200 every month, you would save $2,400 in just 1 year in your emergency fund savings. Consider setting up an automatic payment from each paycheck to ensure you reach your emergency fund target. Thumbs up if you see yourself budgeting towards an emergency fund savings. In addition to the above, emergency fund savings must be instantly accessible and secure. Emergency funds should go directly into a savings or money market account until you have enough to handle emergencies like auto repairs, medical expenses, or decreases in income. Better interest rates are available from the money market and online banks, which can be used to further your savings objectives. A savings account's main objective is to offer a higher rate of return than if you just kept your money in a safety deposit box. Compared to savings accounts, money market funds often provide higher interest rates. Many accounts have limitations, such as a monthly withdrawal cap of 6.
Don't worry about it. It's nothing new.
Those limitations shouldn't matter because withdrawals from emergency fund accounts are designed to be infrequent. If you're temporarily jobless, for instance, you can transfer the necessary funds to your checking account in a single transaction. Again, this ancient secret of why the wealthy use an emergency fund is to prevent debt and to protect assets. It is the fundamental objective of an emergency fund saving. It is advisable to accumulate emergency funds to use in the future. People frequently keep money in the bank while charging unexpected expenses on a credit card. This could make you feel insecure. Carrying a credit card balance will leave you worse off than if you were to only draw from savings because credit card interest rates are significantly greater than any savings account rates. The best treatment for the financial stress epidemic is setting up an emergency fund. People may unwind and concentrate on more productive activities than worrying about money when they know those unavoidable financial blows are covered. Since emergency funds are used to pay for unexpected expenses, the wealthy can expand their capital without worrying about having to liquidate their holdings in the event of a market downturn. You start the process of creating long-term wealth by creating an emergency fund. When you have enough money saved to deal with life's unexpected hiccups, you're prepared to implement a thorough wealth creation strategy that includes a variety of investment plans. If you enjoyed watching this video, check out our video on emergency funds versus savings. Definition, difference, pros and cons. You will undoubtedly love it. Thanks for watching. We will see you soon in the following video.